Hello, everybody. It is me, Tuesday, and today we are talking about How Not to Summon the Demon Lord, Episode 6. Now, I just watched Episode 5 the other day. I didn't even know that Episode 6 was coming out. It makes me feel kind of weird, but man, this episode, oh my god. Exactly like what happened a few episodes back. A lot of lewd things are happening. This is basically phrasing the anime again. If you remember Darling in the Franxx, there was like a lot of like sexual tension in that series that never really happened. It was only suggested, but in this series you actually see it happening. And then I like it how like he goes to a slave market. Diablo goes to a slave market with Shara, Rem, and Celeste to try to get their enslavement collars off. And then when the lady from the intro, the one wearing very seductive clothes, is teaching Diablo how to take them off, like she must know what there's probably an easier way for him to do it. That must not be the actual way that he's supposed to take the collars off, because he has to like figure out like the flow of magic around her body and be able to access it in order to deactivate the magic collar. And then as he's like trying to I like it how I like it how where her magic power is, like where the point where you're able to access it is him doing what he did in the past, where he's like squeezing and like squishing and like pushing her like boob all over the place, and then he like goes lower. And when I heard her say that, when I heard her say go lower, when Diablo's eyes were closed, I was just like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna like put his hand where I think it's gonna go? But then he just put it on her stomach. Like I was just like, oh my god, this especially how the seductive lady made Shara where like we're like very like thin like rope bikini again, like she did last episode. Like wow. And then seeing Rem and Celeste's reaction to that, seeing them being them all like, what is he doing? Because she's like moaning and making noises, and she's like saying that she's like feeling incredible, and then it makes her feel weird again. Like that is just weird. And then I guess the only other thing to talk about is how they went to this place and they even talked to Celeste, because Celeste is the one that I like how Celestine, Celeste, they're the same names. But we saw Celeste hang out with Rem because Rem was feeling bad because the seductive lady was able to see her evil power, the evil demon within her. Which I can't wait to see how. Yeah, I wonder if Diablo is the one that figures out how to take her out, or I wonder if the bad guy doesn't kill Rem, but is able to take it out of her without her dying, because she must be able to get out of it without dying. And then I'm pretty sure that the girl from the ending song, the one with the horns, and then maybe the demon lord, maybe they might be separate, but I'm pretty sure that they're the same because of the horns. But maybe it's because the demon lord is female, so who knows what's going to happen about that. But I found it weird how when Celestine tried to do like a magic spell on Rem, like for some reason the demon within her stopped it, even though that it was just a joke. I have no idea why I have no idea why the demon lord inside of her would even try to stop her. But I guess that's all I need to talk about for the first 10 minutes of this episode and my thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I'll be back in a few seconds to talk about the rest of this episode. Okay, I'm back to talk about the rest of this episode. Now, wow, the rest of this episode was pretty good. So we got to meet the guy from the opening, the creepy guy with the snakes, and I think they're snakes, right? I might be talking about this wrong, but apparently that creepy dude from the opening is apparently Shara's older brother. I'm pretty sure, and and then we also saw how creepy he was at the ending. I have no idea what he's doing now. I was thinking this in my head. Now I think that he's probably going to cast a spell, right? Because I was getting that vibe from him of him being super confident and stuff like that, even though that he was being super nice. Because he's like, because Diablo's just like, there's no way that she's going to go back to your home, because she doesn't want to go there. But then I already forgot his name. But then then Cher's older brother's just like, well, what if she does come with me? Then what are you gonna do? And then, because I'm pretty sure that he's going to cast a spell on her, because the only way for her to not be with Diablo anymore is if she's under a spell to stay with the brother, and then Diablo has to work through the spell. And then also, when I was watching this episode, I was just like, but yeah, with that whole spell thing with Shara, if that does happen, or maybe he's gonna try to like kill Diablo, which is not gonna be possible because Diablo's just gonna like wipe the floor with him. So I have no idea how he's even gonna capture Shara because he's gonna try to do it, and he's also probably might get other elves to help him. But then with the way that Diablo is, Diablo's just probably gonna kill the brother and stuff like that, and Shara possibly might not even care because of the way that she is, especially with she might stop it, but then at the same time, if the brother tries to do anything to Shara, Diablo is probably just gonna kill him. And then we also had that thing. I think after that whole entire scene with them meeting the brother and stuff like that, and then he left. We got that amazing scene with Shara talking to Rem while Diablo was faking sleeping in the bed, and I was just like, when that scene happened, they were both talking to each other and stuff like that. Her dream was pretty weird with the cafe, but that is sort of like what the manga is like, because in the manga there's a lot of funny scenes where Diablo imagines himself and the other characters imagine themselves in real world settings, where the first chapter or second chapter, Diablo imagines if he was living in like his previous life but as Diablo with his regular like present day clothes on, and that stuff in the manga is pretty funny. But then after that, Shara decided to jump on Shara on the bed. I mean, yeah, Shara. I think I said her name twice. Shara jumped on Rem on the bed and then started doing what Diablo was doing to her in the earlier parts of the episode. When I watched that part, I was just like, I was like leaning on my chair, but then I got up and I started staring because I was like, what is even going on? Once again, like she started like doing like touching her tail and stuff like that, which cat girls get very sensitive from. But then she like went to go and put her hands closer to her body again, and the same thing happened like in the earlier parts of this episode where I was just like, is she gonna do what I think she's gonna do? But then no, she's gonna do the hand thing. I almost thought that before we got to the ending scene with the brother being really creepy, with them being brother and sister and stuff like that, being very creepy with that. I almost thought that she was gonna put her like Shara's energy was she was gonna put her energy into Rem, and I have no idea what would happen if that happened. Same thing with Diablo. If Diablo would have done that, like that might power up the demon within Rem, because that's probably gonna happen soon if Diablo tries it on Rem instead of Shara. Like I can't wait to see where that goes, especially with her not feeling good and stuff like that, and then a magic spell appearing on her hand. I can't wait to see what happens, or I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that, but. That's all that happened this episode. So I can't wait to see what happens next episode. I can't wait to see what the older brother, Cher's older brother, does to Diablo and the rest of them and to Shara. But yeah, I guess I'll. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this video at all, then leave a dislike. I always have to say that just in case. And then yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.